There's a record crowd at London Stadium today with the Claret Blue Army out in force. It's a big game for West Ham.
See you later, I'm going. Right, so who's the best player then?
We remember all the old players.
Who's the best player?
Bobby Moore, of course. He used to run past my house every morning.
Keys up.
Hello, Mark.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Everybody! Lanzini!
It's Lanzini! Oh, magnificently done!
It feels great. I'm really looking forward to it. When I heard there was a chance and an opportunity.
What's up guys, this is the first episode of the West Ham United career mode in FIFA 18. So I've been waiting a long time to do a career mode with the Premier League team, and I think West Ham United fits the bill perfectly. West Ham United is a great team. They belong in the top half of the table and they should be challenging for the Euroleague and stuff. For some reason they have had a horrific start to the season and they are at the bottom. And for some reason they were really struggling before David Moyes took charge. And after that they've had quite a few good performances recently. So we'll be basically hoping to improve on that performance and we'll be bringing them into the top of the table. That is the prime objective of this career mode. So in goalkeeper position, this is your squad guys. This is one of the recent lineups David Moyes went with. 5 at the back formation with 2 strikers. And we got Adrian in goal, a solid goalkeeper. We got Joe Hart on loan from Man City as well. So I think we are covered in this goalkeeper position. And in the centre backs, we got Reed and Ogbonna. They have been the strong centre back partnership in especially in FIFA. They are quite strong. Cresswell is a temporary centre back in my opinion, and Masuaku is the left wing back role. He's quite strong in the attacking sense rather than the defensive or minded ability in him. So I think if it's a wing back role perfectly. Cresswell is a former left back as well, so it's his natural position. And on the right side we got the veteran Zabaleta, getting on quite a bit with 32 years of age and losing some important physical stats, but I think he's got a lot of experience in him. It would be good for this for a season or so, which is what I'm aiming at. In the midfield spot we got Coyote, Noble, and we got Obiang from Spain as well. So basically I'm going to be starting with Coyote and Noble, and we'll be rotating with Obiang, and we got Fernandes, a promising Swiss player as well. So there are quite a few options, not a lot of them, so we'll be looking for a midfielder at the transfer window as well. And Lanzini, our attacking minded midfielder, he's perfect for the spot, and there's no one challenging for the position as well. So moving into our 2 attackers, we got Oppurtunity and Antonio, like 2 different minded player. Oppurtunity with the technical ability is good at dribbling and skills. Antonio on the other side is overpowered. He's got pace, he's got strength, and he's got decent shooting on him. He can play up a number of positions as well. So we got 2 different dimensions into our attack, and in the bench for attacking position we got a lot of options. We got Hernandez, a new signing from Bayer Leverkusen. I'll be looking to start him much. We got Andy Carroll who can come off the bench and score some banging headers. We got Fernandes, we got Obiang in the midfield. We got Jose Fonte as well, who is 33 years of age. He's got a good rating and is good defensive stats and he's got good physicals. And we'll be looking to rotate them with Ogbonna and Winston Reed. We got Sam Biram, second choice right back, backup for Zabaleta and a decent player. And we got Andre Ayew who can play at striker, cam, right mid, is good at number of positions. So we have a great versatile player as well. And on the reserves we got Sacco, who West Ham are really looking to offload this winter transfer, and we got a lot of quite young players on the reserves who I'll be looking to learn them out and improve their overalls. So that's a team for now guys. I'll be looking at the team and changing formations and stuff later. So moving into the squad page, I noticed that Winston Reed has got a 20 million release clause, and I felt that 20 million is not safe, especially for a player who's near 80 rated, and he's a good centre back in the Premier League, and 20 million is not safe these years. So I renewed his contract and removed his release clause, and he has now got 6 years left on his contract, so he'll be staying long. And moving forward I noticed another player, this time and a young English midfielder who's got 580,000 release clause, and I kind of wanted to neglect that, but I thought 500 is so cheap, so we might as well as remove him. He might have a decent potential in game, so I just removed his release clause as well. So that's sorted out from the squad page, and we got quite a few players on the end of their contract in this year, so we might want to renew them as well. So this is the manager objectives. Youth development, we got low. We have to grow an academy player by 5 overall, and we need to play them in 5 games, so it's quite easy. Brand exposure, you don't have any control over it. It basically gets done in every career mode. And continental success and domestic success is quite important. They want us to finish in the Euro spot, and within 2 seasons they wanted to finish in the Champions Cup place, and it's an optimistic target as well. And personally, I want to finish West Ham in a top 4, maybe win the Premier League in a season or 2. And financial, we want to finish with a profit margin of around 65 million. If we finish in a good position in the Premier League, I think we should get enough money from the Premier League, so we shouldn't worry about that so much. And looking at the budget, I was so surprised to see West Ham with around 50 million to play with. I was really tempted to go out here and splash some cash, but I want to keep this career mode as realistic as possible, so we'll be taking things slow, and we will be strengthening the position where it needs to be strengthened, and we look forward to that. And currently we are in a deficit of around 20 million, so we need to making up a lot of money as well. So so since we had a lot of cash and we need a youth player to grow up 5 overall to complete our youth objective, we are going to be signing a player, and we got really lucky with the 5-star scout from Greece, and we are going to be scouting England for 9 months for a potential player. And this is a training I'm going to be doing for a couple of months. Sam Burham defending, we got Masuaku once again defending, Reece, one of the young really high potential player, defending Manuel Fernandes, who's got dribbling stats, and Lanzini with the shooting ability. These are the young potential player we'll be developing in the future, and we have got to a good start as well. So moving into the transfers, guys, and these are all, not all the players, these are some of the players that West Ham have been linked in the January transfer window, and I'll be want to make this career mode as realistic as possible, so we'll be looking forward to signing these players, and we got a lot of players as well, so I'll be adding them in the future. So we got Alfie Mason here. I don't know how you say that surname properly, Mason or Mawson. I'm going to stick with Mason. 23-year-old English centre-back. He's got some decent potential and overall in game, I believe, and he has been linked with West Ham for potentially around 20 million in real life, so we'll be looking to sign him. And we got Liam Moore from the Championship club Reading, and he has had a great season so far and got some really good upgrades, I believe, so we'll be looking to sign at least one of these. And Steven Unzonzi has been linked with a number of Premier League clubs, Arsenal, Everton, and he might be a good fit for West Ham too, so I've got him in the transfer list. And so he's a great defensive-minded midfielder, and he's got a great shooting stats on him. He's just on 20k weekly wage as well, so but he might be costly, around 25 to 30 million. So we'll be looking to strengthen our defensive-minded, defensive ability player. So he might strengthen our defensive position. And moving on to Marwan Fellaini, David Moyes loves him. Everyone loves him, and so why not? There's no wrong in having Fellaini in your team. So West Ham really don't have a Belgian player, I think so, and Fellaini might be a great addition. Decent overall, decent stats as well. He's so good on the air and so good on defensive abilities as well. So you might have him in defensive in our midfield position. So same as with Harry Arter. Like West Ham have been linked with a couple of Bournemouth player, Harry Arter and Fraser, I believe. So we'll be looking to do business with Bournemouth recently. And Ravel Morrison, I don't know how fans take this, but he has played for West Ham and he's currently on the Calcio A. So we might bring him back if something goes wrong with the Lanzini. So moving into the strikers, we got Danny Ings and Daniel Sturridge here. Like Liverpool have so many attackers like Mane, Salah, Firmino and Coutinho. They're so good in the attacking sense, and that left Ings and Sturridge were very injury prone in real life. out of the pecking order, so we might be giving them ability to revive their career. So that's why they are on the short list as well, and these are all the players I would be looking to sign them. And we get a first offer I should say, for Adrian from Leicester City, who are looking to strengthen their goalkeeper position, but he's my first choice and I'm not selling him. And there. So before moving into the preseason tournament, guys, I've done a couple of squads as well. I've just got a different formation into that. I've retained my same players in the first team, and my second team consists of a lot of like third choice, second choice players. I'll be giving opportunity and I'll be rotating the squad in the cup games. So moving into the first game of the preseason tournament, I'll be simulating every game in the preseason tournament. I'm not going to be playing it. And in the first minute, we scored from Javi Hernandez. That's a perfect debut for the Chicharito. And Arnautovic missed a penalty. That's disappointing. So that's the injury to Zabaleta. And in the second half, I think we scored from Marco Antonio. And that should be the end of this game. 2-0 comfortable victory for us. And things are looking so good at the start. And Zabaleta only had quite a bruise, not a big injury, so he'll be out for 3 days. And we get an offer for Aquina. He's got a real face in game. I would like youngsters with real face in game. I give them a lot of opportunity to develop at the club, so he might be one to look in the future. But at this moment, I'm going to be loaning him out because he's so low, less overall rated. So moving into the second game against CSKA Moscow, and they got a decent lineup as well. Unfortunately, we did lose them to 1-0, and it was a boring game as well, no good highlights too. So in the final game, we need to win that, and before that, we get an offer for DeFaro Sacco, and the only thing wrong about this offer was that it was from Huddersfield, and they are a team from the Premier League. And basically in career mode, I don't want to sell my players to kind of a rival players or the teams from the same league. You know, he might come back to haunt us in the future, so I don't want that. But if I can get around £10 million for him, I might as well as take it. You know, I'm not going to be using him a lot. And we get another offer for one of our young players, Ben Johnson. I don't really fancy him. He's really low overall rated. And moving into the final game against, I think it's a Portuguese league team, and it's a weak team as well, I believe. And we absolutely need to win this game, and we score 2 goals and we want to win. And unfortunately, Adrian picked up an injury in that game, and he is out for 2 weeks, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And we get some tournament prize money to add on to our budget, and it's all welcome and strong. So Adrian is out for 2 weeks, as I said, and it would be a big miss in and I hope he comes back within the Premier League starting game against Manchester United as well. So we got a couple of offers for Tony Martinez. Tony Martinez is a 62 rated 20-year-old Spanish striker. He looks to have a good potential in game, and there was a lot of grace in this guy. So there's 2 clubs wanting him. So I hope he goes out on loan and has a good season there. So moving into the semi-final of the preseason tournaments against Marseille, they got Payet, one of our former players, and we managed to beat them 2-1. Antonio has been on some goal-scoring form in the preseason tournament, it seems, and it's really good to see. And we progressed into the final, and we got the same team again from the Portuguese league. I thought it would be an easy win, but this time they did get a really good revenge, and they scored in the 89th minute, and so it was quite disappointing to see. So that's going to be the end of this episode, guys, and we're looking at the calendar. We've got some strong team to face in the next episode, and I'll be doing the gameplay in the next episode. And we'll be looking at the transfers in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, drop a like and subscribe for more content. Until then, I'll meet you next time.